Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, a role-playing game where you're accompanying Sir Hans as Henry his squire in a 15th century Bohemia. You will fight, trade, travel through villages, meet unforgettable characters, make tough choices, unravel conspiracies, and play dice? But something's missing, something no merchant can sell you. A proper dice cup. Not just any dice cup, but one worthy of a true nobleman. One that could replace the simple one used in-game. One that might just turn Henry's luck around forever. I've always loved the little rabbits that appear under the compass during gameplay, symbolic and reactive to your actions. That's why I chose them as the main design for the body of this handmade leather cup. I placed the cut pieces of leather under the laser engraving machine and traced the perimeter of Kingdom Come Deliverance logo on the lid, and 4 bunnies on the body of the cup. Then I mounted a leather punch tool with 5mm spacing and a double point tip into a manual press. I didn't plan it this way, but it fit perfectly into the engraved pattern. The result was surprisingly satisfying. For the body I used the same press, but with a 4-hole leather punch. I tried to keep the spacing consistent with every step, but when in doubt, place the first point into an already punched hole to maintain perfect alignment, just like I'm doing now. After cutting the lid, I lightly wet the top surface of the leather and let it soak in. Then I used the swivel knife to trace the engraved pattern on the lid. Some shapes were really difficult to carve, especially the tiny numbers on the sides of the sword. I didn't really like how those came out and maybe should have used stamping tool instead. But in the end it looked great, so no regrets. You can write in the comments how you would have done it differently. For the main body piece, I wanted to add a pattern to the top and the bottom edges that would fit the theme. I browsed some medieval artwork and settled on the simple V-shaped spikes. I really didn't want to overcomplicate it. Carving all the lines around bunnies took a lot of time, so we'll fast forward through that part, but it was fun and I really enjoyed the process. To make the bunny stand out from the background, I used the beveling tool just around the outer lines. Halfway through the beveling, I had an idea to improve the border design even more. I went through my stamping tools and found small, round, flower-like stamp. I punched it between each of the V-spikes and continued beveling. I also found a perfect U-shaped tool to finish the lid pattern, and once again it fit the engraved design perfectly. Next I drew a circle onto a piece of leather and used the press to punch my logo into the piece that would go on the bottom of the cup. For the side of the lid, I came up with a design to match the Kingdom Come Deliverance theme. Remember the line that Hans liked to say every now and then? Audentes fortuna juvat. So I sketched the words in a medieval style font and used 3D printed stamps to press them into the leather, and it turned out even better than I expected. Between each word I punched the same stamp as between V shapes on the base and picked a large diameter hole punch to create a pattern along the lower edge. The idea was to make it look like the top of a tower, or like decorative edges on cloak or hoods worn by characters in game. For the color scheme I chose navy blue for the background and golden yellow for the details. I honestly wasn't looking forward to painting the bunnies. I knew it would take forever, so I saved them for last and started by painting all the other pieces first, including edges and backsides. Painting the bunnies was yet the most challenging for me and took a lot of time to finish. To blend the colors better and protect the leather, I applied a resin protective finish to all of the top surfaces. As a last piece, I dyed the side of the lid because during all of this I have forgotten about it somehow. I applied burnishing gum on the edges and smoothed it out with the burnisher. And now to the stitching. To stitch the lid, I used 2 needles and a golden yellow thread in a cross pattern. One needle always returns to the hole above and loops back through the same hole to create a tight decorative loop. This pattern looks great and is very sturdy. Once the stitching is finished, I tie a knot, trim the excess thread and use the lighter to seal the ends together. For the body and the bottom piece I used blue thread to match the background color. I used a simple cross stitch for the bottom and the looped stitch for the side. And once again, finish with a knot, trim and seal. Now the question is, what quest must Henry complete to add this dice cup to his inventory? Thank you for sharing this crafting experience with me. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you won't miss another piece from the workshop. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see next. Until next time, have a creative day.